Hey guys, Dash here again. Today I want to do a little review, tell you some of the lessons that I learned from purchasing the Harbor Freight Quick Hitch and some of the modifications I had to make to it in order for it to fit my 5-foot box blade, my 5-foot King Kutter box blade. So I'll go over some of the lessons that I learned, and hopefully it helps you out for those that want to use a cost-effective option like the Harbor Freight Quick Hitch. But I'll also show you some of the obstacles I run into hooking it up to a King Kutter box blade, at least the 5-foot one. By the way, it is a super warm day here. It's February 1st, 2020, and man, is it warm here in Bismarck. It is, well, my vehicle said 53 degrees today. That was about 3 o'clock or so. And this time last year, February 1st last year, we had a major windstorm, and literally 30-40 degrees below zero wind. It was crazy. So right now it's just amazing to have this type of weather. However, it's making everything sloppy, so I apologize for the video. You're gonna see some muddy driveway and so forth, so a little embarrassing, but I hope it's helpful. So this is what it looks like with the box blade attached to my 1025. The Harbor Freight Quick Hitch works well now after I did some modifications to it. I wanted to show you some of the things that I bought and some of the things that I literally had to grind off and cut off in order to make this fit. I'm not quite sure if the King Kutter 5-foot box blade is quick hitch compatible. I'm assuming it is, but I'm not 100% sure, but it is now. And the total cost of the Harbor Freight Quick Hitch was, I didn't have a coupon, but if you have a coupon you can get it for cheaper. It was about $110 after tax. It's about $100. I'm not quite sure what the tax was. I think it's 7% here in Bismarck. But either way, still very cost effective compared to the iMatch option or compared to other quick hitches. Now this one is less expensive, likely for a reason, and that's why you have to make modifications to it. But nonetheless, if you have the equipment and you're wanting to have a fun project and you're a homeowner that wants to save money like me, you can do this. So the first thing that you'll probably notice is these red pins that I have going through the mounting holes and that shiny bushing there. So this is a category 1 quick hitch. However, the spacing in the bottom grab hooks is larger, maybe a category 2 or a 3. However, you can get these bushings. I've seen videos on YouTube where people are welding in so that a standard category 1 pin can fit through there. You can go to your local tractor store. I got mine at Tractor Supply Company, which there's quite a few up in this northern region of the country. However, you can get these at many other stores, and you can just bush them up to size to fit in there so there's not so much play. You'll also notice this hook has some metal grinded off of it, and that's what I had to do. You can see this brace right here is angled, so if this was square like it's supposed to be, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't fit at all. So I just grinded off the corner, grinded off this corner just for some extra room, and that seemed to work out fine. Once I had those grounded off, I still couldn't make it fit. It just wouldn't fit in there correctly, and I thought maybe I have to take off some more metal on this part. Turns out this support brace, this bracket right here, was rubbing on the bracket that holds on the latching pin. So what I did is I took my cutoff wheel and I just cut it off. I don't recommend that you do this by any means, but it worked for me. And I haven't got a chance to use everything yet, but I suspect that maybe over time this is going to weaken. Being that this bracket is now cut, and the pin, the pivotal pin right here for the latch, rotates right in there. So if that loosens up, I can either get a new quick hitch and try another option, or figure out something else. But for now, I think it's going to work fine. I'm happy with it. I tried it out a little bit. It's holding up well. The pin moves, the latch moves just fine. Like I said, I don't recommend it, but that's just what I had to do. And if the whole thing fails, I'm really only out about $100. Well, 110. Why, hello, Ella. Hi, Ella. Hi, Ella. Yeah, hello. Don't jump on me, girl. Don't jump on me, girl. Yeah, you're fine. That's Ella. Whoa, watch out, Ella. Watch out. Hey, your family's calling you Ella. Sorry about that. That was our neighbor, Elly. I was calling her Ella. We enjoy her company. One other thing I wanted to mention is that this King Kutter box blade is built to handle some major abuse. It's well reinforced. I know for sure that it's going to last me a long time. And on box blades, you'll notice that this one has another support bracket for the pins. Same thing on the other side. Some box blades are designed a little bit weaker, I might say, because they just have the category 1 pin that sticks out right from here. They don't actually have this extra bracket right there. So because of that extra bracket, I think it posed some mounting challenges for me. If it didn't have that, maybe things would be a little bit easier. I don't know. But for those of you who are looking for a box blade, if it has this type of bracket and pin setup, I'm not sure what this is called. I'm sure there's probably a term for it, but you may run into similar troubles. But for now, it's working good. Now that I made my modifications to the quick hitch, it hooks up very easy and no problems now. But because of this design, it might pose some challenges with the quick hitch, but maybe not. The other thing that I had to do, which is very common on these Harbor Freight Quick Hitches, is the hook, the top link hook. That does not have enough space in here to mount to many implements or 3-point attachments. So I bought one off of Amazon thanks to Tractor Time with Tim. I watched one of his videos and he had a link to one of those top hooks off of Amazon. It's about 40 bucks and it solved my problem. I didn't have to get any different pins. I just used the original 2 bolts and nuts and washers that came with the original quick hitch, and it worked out great. Solved my problem. So thank you Tim for the recommendation. You'll also notice that I have a new top link. You don't have to get a new top link to make any of this work. I just had to get one because I broke my other one. I bent the actual top link, and I didn't want to go through John Deere to get it replaced. I've read on greentractortalk.com that they just aren't really built that well. It's a category 1 top link with a category 0 threads, and so it's a little bit weaker. So I picked this up at my local TSC tractor supply company for about 20 bucks, and it works great. I also want to point out that this King Kutter box blade, I bought it brand new for, it's about $750 or so after tax, and this is a 5-foot box blade. I've read that you probably should use maybe a 4-foot box blade on a 1025R. If you don't have enough weight on your tractor and you fill up the box on a 5-footer like this one, your 1025 will struggle to pull it. It depends on what kind of material you have. You can have it full of snow, obviously, and it won't struggle, but if you have wet, kind of a sand and gravel mix and it's full, you might have a hard time. But I bought this one because I think one day I might graduate to a larger tractor, and I think this will work well for me. Mostly so far I've only used it for snow, and once all of this snow melts out of my driveway, you can see I have gravel and so forth, and I want to use it to help grade my driveway and then help spread new rock in the spring or summertime whenever the time comes. So I'm looking forward to using it. Haven't used it yet, other than just to move a very little amount of snow, but I'll keep you posted. I'll let you know how it goes. Thanks guys, have a good day.